Hi everyone. My name is Kelvin Ho, the Badminton National Singles Coach. I've been coaching for 8 years, 6 years in high performance. Today is my first time presenting at a conference, and I am thankful for the opportunity to speak today. I will be sharing about badminton's pathway, focusing on the Youth Olympic Games 2018, which was held in Argentina, and the Tokyo 2020 campaign. The theme for my presentation is as what you can see above: planning, identification, development, competition. This starts from outlining an overall plan, moving into selecting the broad pool of players, then identifying the players for major games. After that, we will go through progressive training, getting them mentally ready for the journey ahead, and giving them opportunities to compete and train overseas to gain experience. Through this process, we hope to guide athletes fuel their passion and chase their dreams. The SBA High Performance Management team highlighted key areas of focus for the National Intermediate squad. These were our base pool of athletes, comprising of players 18 years old and under. These key areas of focus not only look at the development of their technical skills, tactics, strategies on court, but also developing their mental and emotional well-being. All this is achieved through a comprehensive support system. Training plans must be designed for different ages and skill proficiencies. Our National Intermediate squad is targeted at players from 12 to 16 years old, and these players can be from sports school or mainstream schools. Players are identified through local competition, such as national age group. Then, these players are invited for trials to train with the rest of the squad, where they are assessed based on various components. This includes skill and fitness-based assessment, as well as their training commitment and attitude. In 2016, we identified 4 athletes from the squad for the YOG campaign. In the end, 2 of them, 1 male and 1 female, qualified for the YOG. This slide shows a typical weekly schedule for the players. We have training twice a day, from Monday to Saturday, but Wednesday and Saturday are half day, where the player get the afternoon off. Every morning, we have court training, where we will focus on the technical and tactical aspect of the game. In the afternoon, will be different form of physical training. For example, on Monday afternoon, we will have explosive training such as short sprints, while Thursday aerobic training will be middle distance running. This helps to build both speed as well as stamina, which are both equally important in badminton. Training twice a day helps to build consistency in the players, both on court and off court. It also helps their body to get used to the training load, so that they will be more prepared for even higher intensity training when they transition to the senior level in future. At the junior level, the emphasis is on building foundation skills. It is especially important to build these basic badminton skills before moving on to more advanced skills. Competing in overseas competition plays a key role in the development of athletes. They allow athletes to gain experience and allow coaches to identify specific areas of strength and weakness for the player to work on when they are back at training. It is all part of a process. It is important that after every competition, whether the player win or lose, that we coaches have to analyze what went right and what didn't go well with the player. The player then learns how they can improve on their game and apply it in their next competition. Having a strong support system is especially important for the players. Family is very important, as they give moral support and encouragement to the players. Knowing that their family will always be there for them, allow the players to put their full focus on training. For players in Singapore Sports School, arrangements are made for the players such that they are provided with optimal training while managing their academic demands. SBA takes care of all the behind-the-scene work so that players can focus on training. This includes finding sponsors for players' equipment and attire. SBA also sends players overseas for competition to gain experience and earn world ranking points. NYSI provides support to players in terms educating them about nutrition, providing strength and conditioning programs suitable for their age, and providing physiotherapy services. It is with this comprehensive support system that helps the player to reach their full potential. Appropriate sports science support is provided to players to optimize their condition for tournaments. This slide shows an example of the support given by NYSI to players that flew to Argentina for YOG. There is a time difference of 11 hours between Argentina and Singapore. Thus, getting used to this time difference was one very important consideration. To manage jet lag, players were provided with a sleep timetable, which gave them an outline of when they should sleep and when they should remain awake. A retimer, which is a type of glasses that give off blue light, was also provided to help them manage their sleep cycle. In addition, NYSI also provided nutrition advice on what to eat and what not to eat when overseas, such as to avoid all banned substances and to always only drink bottled water. There was also recovery support and physiotherapy coverage for the duration of the games. Other than the technical support, mental and emotional aspects are very important as well. This aspect might often be overlooked or assumed. We have to constantly remind players that an athlete journey is long and intensive, and they have to be mentally prepared for it. Along the way, it is normal for them to experience a roller coaster of emotion, ranging from anger to disappointment, especially when they do not perform well in competition. They may also feel lost and start to develop doubts about themselves. However, this is all part of character building. Mentally, they will also become more resilient as they learn to accept failures and thereafter challenge themselves to improve and overcome this obstacle. Having shared about the YOG, we will now move on to the planning stage of the Olympic Games for the elite team. To select players for the national team, we have annual trials for the 16 years old from the national intermediate squad. They will join the elite national team training for a period of 1 to 3 months. Similar to the national intermediate squad selection, the players are then assessed based on their skill level, fitness, past performance in competition or ranking exercises, and their commitment level and training attitude during the trial period. 2 of our players, Kean Yew and Jiamin, have been identified to qualify for the Olympics. Among all of our players in the national team who were sent regularly for competitions, these 2 players achieved competition results and ranking points that allow them to qualify for the Olympics. This is an example of the training progression for our elite player. Players first begin with 1 versus 1 drills with the aim of improving consistency as well as shot accuracy and control. There is also an emphasis on reminding players to keep their focus for the whole duration of the drill. When we coaches feel that they have achieved this, players then move on to 1 versus 2 drills. With 2 people opposite, there is a greater need for speed and acceleration on court. This helps to push the player to move and react faster. Also, when there are 2 players opposite, it will be harder for singles player to win the shots. This helps to train their patience and decision making in their choice of shot. The main difference between the junior and elite level is that at the junior level, the focus is on building the foundation and improving consistency, while at the elite level, it is about strategy training and decision making on court. Our 2 players gunning for the Olympics are under the SPEC scholarship from SSI, and thus receive additional support from the various sports science team. However, for all Singaporean males, there is always the issue of national service. For Kean Yew, during his NS days, SBA and coaches made arrangements for Kean Yew to train at night. Sports school also opened their court at night to allow Kean Yew to train there. This enabled him to maintain his form even though he could not train full-time. As part of the development process, it is important that our players get added international exposure. Both of these players had the opportunity to play in the Denmark League. For Kean Yew, he had a stint in Germany after one of his competitions in Europe. It was there that he made friends and gained new contacts, which opened up doors for him to take part in the Denmark League. As for Jiamin, the Denmark club manager contacted the sports school general manager Desmond Tan to invite Jiamin to play in the Denmark league. The league is different from a BWF competition, as it does not affect their world ranking points. Thus, the most important takeaway for them is the experience gain. Such an experience is invaluable as they have the chance to play with many different players from different countries. Being exposed to different playing style is important, as it helps to train their adaptability on court, as compared to in Singapore, where they will usually spar with the same group of players. The plan for Tokyo 2020 was for the players to go to Kochi and train before heading down to the Olympic Village. This would give them time to adapt to the time difference and climate, as well as to have adequate rest and focus in preparation for the major games. Just like at the junior level, the support system at the elite level is very important as well. Support from SBA, SSI, and the players' family are crucial in helping the players to reach their fullest potential. After each competition, the coaches, sports scientists, and SBA high performance team will sit down together to analyze the players' performance during the matches. We will first have the discussion together before inviting the players in for their input as well. It is with such open communication that allows us to work together with the player to achieve his or her best.